What's going on, Instagram? I always start off my videos like that. Um, I don't even know why I'm really making this video. I just feel like I have a lot on my mind. I'm learning web development, and it's really giving me a complete overview of my personality. And in combination with this year, it's making me do a personality inventory, right? And what I'm realizing about myself, let me revise. Before I start off with that, let me say I grew up with tremendously low self-esteem. Like my self-esteem was like the worst growing up, due to Tourette's, due to, you could say, home environment. I don't know, but and as a result, whenever I would encounter a subject that was really frustrating, like math, math was a big one for me. Like I got tutor after tutor after tutor, and I just got nowhere, guys. I'm still convinced to this day I have some form of learning disability, where it just keeps me from just learning stuff. So as a result, I was just a very creative child that was frustrated by, I guess, left brain thinking. I was just very creative. Just remember just making art as a kid, loving music, loving classical music. Basically, what I'm saying is that I really only did stuff that I found rewarding, and anything I did not find rewarding or difficult, I would just assume that I was just dumb and I just couldn't do it. And I think what I'm realizing as an adult, going back to the whole 2019 year of personality inventory, is that I don't necessarily think I'm dumb, even though I definitely have days where I feel really stupid. What I think I have is that I'm impatient, number one. And I have a really low frustration tolerance, which I've wondered if it's due to Tourette syndrome, because that's a very common thing that people with Tourette syndrome have. I don't just want to not take responsibility for it. It's definitely my responsibility to get under control. I'm just realizing, like, I have a really low frustration tolerance for things I don't get right away. Like, I remember at some point as a child, I read above my reading level, so that was a thing. It didn't last too long, probably, but I just loved reading as a kid, I just never understood mathematics. And the reason that I kind of keep harping on that is because software engineering and web development, but especially software engineering, it's really kind of like mathematics. Like, it has syntax, it has rules, which I don't like rules, apparently, but the beautiful thing about learning rules is once you learn the rules, you could bend them and you could break them. So there is an advantage to adhering to syntax and clear-cut rules. But it's incredibly boring to sit down and just drill rules into your head without understanding the real-world applications. And I think that's kind of why I really grew up hating math. Like, I didn't like the word problems. Don't get me started on who the fuck buys 50 watermelons, all right? It just doesn't happen, okay? So, but I understand now as an adult. I understand, I think, what they were trying to teach in those lessons. So one of my goals for this year's almost over, but one of my goals as an adult is to overcome my absolute hatred of mathematics. And if you're watching this and you love math, I wish I had your brain. Hold on, sorry, my rice is my rice is overflowing over here. Sorry, guys. Shit. Yeah, I wish that I loved math, and my inability to do mathematics is one of the reasons that I was not able to graduate college, which has been a thorn in my side for many years now, and it's one of the things that has contributed to my low self-esteem, in combination with my Tourette's and the various comorbidities, the various co-occurrences that co-occur, there's that word again, with Tourette's. It's taken me a lifetime, and I know I'm all over the place in this video, but I promise you all these thoughts kind of sew together really well. Tourette syndrome is something I recently began to be more open with, because it's something that impacts my life every day, every single day, guys. And I'm not ticking because I'm on camera right now and I have a tactile stimulus, my camera, me holding my camera. Promise you, if I put it on a tripod, you would see some of my ticks. And it's due to life stress. my tastes have gotten worse, and my self-esteem has gotten worse, and it's impaired my ability to function to varying degrees, and I'm working through it now. And the reason that I'm kind of all over the place and telling you all this is because I think that now that you guys are kind of beginning to know more about me, the photographer, right? Whatever the hell that means. Uh, now that you're learning more about me, I think that you can actually hopefully appreciate and understand my photography, and maybe even why I post so much, or especially why I used to post so much, because it was like such an escape for me from the negativity that I was around. It was such an escape for me from the depression and the anxiety and the strong negative emotions that I've felt over the past couple of years. And it's taken me a long time to be able to talk about this. So I hope that you guys will be understanding. I know most of you, probably all of you will be. It's just my insecurity making it feel like nobody will understand. So on that note, I just want you guys to know how much I love all of you. My Instagram friends and my family, anybody that I tag in dog photos or just random accounts. If I interact with you on Instagram, chances are I probably like you a lot, even though I've never met you. So, we live in the age of the internet. You get to see my dirty laundry, by the way, my clean laundry. We live in the age where we have been afforded the ability to get to know each other over long distances, kind of like some sort of tele relationship, so to speak. And I think it's beautiful. I think it's absolutely beautiful, but I think I miss my guitar, that's why I'm doing that. I think that it could be used as a crutch by many people, especially if they're socially isolated, which I am very much so right now, as I'm working to kind of get back on my feet, and just make a life for myself, given the past couple years, which has been, like I said, very stressful for me. So I kind of dive too deep into Instagram sometimes, and I'll go days without posting, although I started posting again recently, but I felt the need to kind of step away from Instagram a bit and focus on my life. And really the only reason that I post, though far less often, is because I need a visual diary, and I need a means to remember my days and to document my life, because my days are extremely monotonous right now, and I feel very zombie-like, and there's a lot of disassociation going on. There's just a lot going on for me right now. So, not to sound like a broken record, but photography is a huge pressure release. I mean, I'm kind of like a pressure cooker. I think many people are, right? But I, especially just given everything that goes on with me, I'm kind of like a pressure cooker, where I feel like if I didn't have a creative venture like photography or like music, even though I sold my guitar so I could afford a place to live, so I'm not homeless, I live to be creative. Like, if I'm not creative, and it sounds so cliche, like I'm absolutely just miserable, like beyond the help of anything. Like I need to photograph. I need to write. Like I need to do something, and I kind of feel like I've kind of always been that way. And I'm not gonna say the uber cliche, it's a blessing and a curse. It's a blessing. It's definitely a blessing, and it's not something I regret in terms of having that compulsion, for lack of a better term. But I've gone far. Talking for 9 minutes about nothing. So anyway, thanks for listening, guys, and I hope you enjoy my photography as much as I love photographing.